This NFL Best Ball Draft edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Birddogs Shorts. Dominate summer with an amazing pair of shorts and a free Yeti style tumbler when you order over at birddogs.com/pool. That's birddogs.com/pool.
Hey everybody, Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this, let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Is this where we wish everyone happy Father's Day?
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. My dad, I got Ryan killing two birds with one stone. I got my dad a SGP Nike dry fit golf polo. Really enjoyed it. Was using it on the course, and he was out golfing with my brother. And I guess one of the guys they were golfing with was a listener of the show. So shout out to
they are because you're like. They were turned on the show from
random.
So they have an epic got to golf with the real Tom Green story.
If they're listening, please reach out because I'm sure my dad. My dad is fun to golf with, so feel free to reach out. Ryan, we're going to be doing another one of these underdog.
I would love to hear a story about the story that he gave you or he told.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, hopefully the listener reaches out.
I can only imagine.
We got a lot here. We're going to be doing one of these Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Drafts. $15 million up for prizes. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. 100% deposit match up to $100. So essentially, you put in $100, you get 4 shots at cashing these millions of dollars in prizes. Before we do that, Ryan, I thought it'd be fun to do a little Real Men of DGen Father's Day edition.
SGPN presents Real Men of DGens.
Real Men of DGens.
We salute you,
Antonio Cromartie. That's right. He is listed as the an athlete with the most children on record for a professional athlete. Father of 14 kids.
Really?
8 different women. The greatest stat, and I didn't know this, Ryan. He had 4 of his kids after having a vasectomy. That is, this guy will get penetration. Last played for the Indianapolis Colts. Stay-at-home dad, and doing a reality show, the Cromarties, on the USA Network. So again, shout out to Antonio Cromartie.
Wow, I would
living legend.
I would have guessed it was. I would have guessed it was George Foreman. Only has 9 kids though. Do you want me to play?
And they're all rattle off their names. It's so great.
It's all like George and
Georgina, Georgette.
Do you want me to play the clip from Hard Knocks where Antonio?
Oh, you have it handy.
I mean, everything's handy on the internet.
Yeah, get that going, Ryan.
You want to get out there and like love up your teammates sometime.
I ain't love them up over there.
I know you didn't. And what happened?
Banged her.
And what? And that time you said, "Hey, I'm getting off in one-on-one." What did you do?
Beat the hell.
Okay.
When you're on the football field, you have to turn, all the aggression on. But as soon as you leave and get home, you got to be that father figure. That husband.
What is wrong? What's wrong with your
He's
house?
greeting some of his children.
What is going on with your house?
I got Alonzo, who is 5. I have Karis, who is 3. I have my junior, which is 3. I have
my
daughter who just turned 3 as of yesterday.
3 kids, who are all 3.
I have another son named Tyler. He turns 3 in December.
Oh my God, 4.
Got another daughter that was born October 16th named London. Another daughter that was born named Leilani, who's 2 years old.
You have to know when to come.
I have my newborn with my wife. Her name is Jersey.
I mean, good
just,
on him for starting to name him after the city he conceived him in.
That just makes it easy, right? Makes it that much easier. Right. Joining us here to knock out an Underdog best ball draft, you know him from SGPN's Fantasy Football Podcast, Mr. Andrew Robb. What's happening, Andrew?
Going on, fellas? Happy Father's Day to everybody. I cannot get behind the Cromartie has so many kids kind of ordeal. As a father of two, it's exhausting enough.
It seems like
I don't know how you
full,
deal
right?
with that many children. So,
well, I mean,
kudos to him.
Well, he's not. That's the issue. He might not be totally dealing with all of them. That's why he's got so. I mean, impressive streak to have. What was that? 6 kids within 12 months.
I mean, the four kids that were either 3 or turning 3.
No twins, no triplets.
No, they were not all the same age.
Did he become a plumber after he quit football? Because he obviously has been laying the pipe everywhere.
Oh, nice.
He's one of those guys who will get
what better way
penetration.
to commemorate a draft on Father's Day than an all-time dad joke? Nice job, man.
That is a great dad joke. Hey, if you're watching live on YouTube, youtube.com/sportsgiving podcast, smash that subscribe button. Of course, easy is in the chat, setting some lines for the draft. Number of Eagles players drafted by Sean, over 2.5, -120, under +100. Kramer drafting Dan Jones, yes, -650, no, +400. You missed, of course, before we went live, Kramer telling Andrew that he is in a $500 best ball draft over at Underdog, and he of course has Mr. Jones on his lineup.
Would you like to hear my Dan Jones exposure? Current number?
Ooh, let me guess. 69%.
I'm close. 72%.
Oh my God.
And you also kind of revealed my goal. 69% Dan Jones.
Nice.
Fun fact, number 2 guy, Nico Collins. I guess I'm back in on the Texans, Sean.
Ryan just can't quit the Texans. Chat is lit as always. Shout out to Gorjon touting his 4-0 USFL record. So yeah, we got a lot of fun going on here. And of course, if you want to draft with us, underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Get in there. Kramer's gonna jump in the draft. Let us know if it's a good time to hop in.
Don't worry, I'm more than adequate to be drafting multiple times. By the way, during the draft, I'll tell you, but I'm going to be doing some fantasy football training on my backpacking trip to beautiful Parsons Landing in Catalina upcoming here. 6 people left, please. 5 people, 4 people, 3 people, 2 people, 1. Are we in?
I'm in.
Yep.
Oh wow! All right.
Yep. There are 2 spots available. So if you're, and there they go. So shout out to the chat for locking those up. Well, any who's rising up your ADP board right question. Now, Andrew, and why? Who's shooting up your draft board? And you have the number 1 pick.
Oh man, look at that, Justin Jefferson. I don't get the 1 very often, so I will take my JJ once that pops up here. But so it's a repeat offender for me, somebody I've been drafting. But I mean, all the news coming out of camp is awesome. I just saw an article today that said that this team will not go after a big back like Zeke, and that is the Browns' Jerome Ford. Again, that man, if Nick Chubb ever goes down, he seems to be a guy that could probably be a workhorse for them. And you're getting him, I mean, 180, 190, 200, ADP. So I think that's somebody that we're going to see rise a ton. And I'm actually okay with that because I've gotten enough exposure of him at this current ADP. So I do expect him to rise up the board here, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the Browns letting go of Kareem Hunt, I think that they're telling you, hey, we're okay with Jerome Ford as being our main go-to guy if Nick Chubb gets knocked out. And but if Nick Chubb doesn't, obviously you're kind of burning the pick there with Jerome Ford, but you're getting him pretty late. So massive upside. And that's what you're looking for here in a best ball draft. Justin Jefferson is the consensus number 1. He's going to Andrew Robb there. Andrew, do you have any, who is your most, the player you have most exposure to right now?
Well, I mean, overall, let me hop in here and I can tell you real quick. Overall, and again, I'm backing up my talk here because I know we talked about him on the last best ball show, but it's Roschon Johnson for me, currently sitting at 29% drafted. I believe that he's going to be the guy, week 3, week 4, somewhere in there. He's going to show what he can do, and they're, going to give him the reins. I don't really think it even needs to take an injury for him to be the guy. Wide receiver wise, it's Deontay Johnson for me at 25%. Again, I mean, a man who sees a ton of targets in a range in ADP where there's really not anybody else sitting there that can get those kind of targets. So that's kind of my main reason of drafting Deontay Johnson where he's going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm slow. I'm not as hyped on Roshan Johnson as you yet, but I have backed off from my Khalil Herbert. I had some shares, a bunch of shares of Khalil Herbert early on. Not drafting him as much. Kramer, you're in the 11 spot. Who are you hoping to grab there at number 11?
It could be
I'm
two
right
running
in
backs.
front of you at 10.
Let me know when it's time for me to go. I'm doing some stuff.
I'm up next. Austin Eckler, Bijan Robinson are available. CeeDee Lamb, never. Garrett Wilson, probably not for me. I don't have any Eckler, so if Eckler is available, and of course he's not, do I take Bijan here? What do I do? A Devontae Adams stack would be kind of fun. All right, or do I go? I'm on Russ St. Brown. I like that.
I mean, let the do you have a Bijan team?
No, but
if you don't want to go that way, go best player available, Sean. Trust your gut.
Garrett Wilson. Do I go Garrett Wilson?
There you go. You haven't done an Aaron Rodgers score.
No, I did. I had one Aaron Rodgers, but it was like my second stack, and I didn't have Garrett Wilson in it. So, yeah, I'll roll the dice here with Garrett Wilson. Get a little Garrett Wilson exposure.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep finding myself. I think taking Amon-Ra St. Brown in this spot.
Yeah, you're back at 111, grabbing. Or sorry, that's your first.
Is that
pick.
Serial? That's Serial there in the 12.
Yeah, Serial in the 12 gets Bijan.
Nice.
That's a nice pickup.
Well, that means.
And then CeeDee Lamb. He's a Cowboys fan, of course. He's gonna get CeeDee Lamb. Kramer, you're back on the clock. Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, all available.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just stick with best player available for me. And I'll just go with receiver. I haven't done receiver from this spot too often. I found myself, I have a lot of Eckler Barkley teams. So, doing something different. I've probably drafted from this, like the tail end of the draft, the most of any configuration. So if nothing else, I'm going to get a little different here.
I'm going a little different too. I don't think I've drafted Jonathan Taylor yet. If I do, it's very, very limited exposure. So I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor here at the 2-3. Feels like a good spot.
You know what I was doing? A little self scouting. I scrolled right down to the bottom of my exposure. I had to look in the mirror.
I could use some
too many shitty players at the top, not enough good players.
I could use some more Nick Chubb, but I do have some Chubb. I don't think I have any Jonathan Taylor. For me, I
had lots of Nick
I
Chubb
do
this
have
morning.
some Chubb. That's a good.
I have a little bit of Chubb. I don't know.
Honey, I just got some Chubb in the third round. Get in here.
Thanks to Sword Vitality. My number one player exposure, Rashad Penny.
Really? That's surprising.
And then second, Dameon Pierce. And then Jalen Hurts, James Conner, Miles Sanders, Justin Fields, Israel Abanikanda.
That's the funniest one on Sean. I mean, how we were taking. I mean, we still like him, but that's pretty funny.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Again, he fits that mold of a guy that just could explode and come out of nowhere. Ryan,
you're on fire tonight. It's almost like you were watching the USFL.
I'm just jacked up.
All right, so quick question for Andrew. I want to like the concept of going AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, or in a better case, maybe Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, which is more stackable. Are you investing that kind of top end capital in two players from the same team? Higgins and Chase is doable. You see that sometimes.
I feel so. I think it's fine. I'm going to make my picks here. I'm going to take Higgins and
speak of the devil,
man.
T Higgins at the end of the second round. What's not to like there?
He's generally there. I feel like he generally makes it back there.
All right. Yeah. I'll
And
take
by the
Derrick
way,
Henry.
Stevenson as predicted, creeping his way into the second round, causing Derrick Henry to fall, which is crazy. But yeah, going back to the 2 out of the first 3 rounds, like stacking not like 2 non-quarterbacks from the same team. Are you in?
I'm not out, but I'm not in. I think if you're going to do that, then you really need to focus on the week 17 correlation of that team who they're playing on week 17, right? Like I feel like if you're going all in on that, then you really need to bet on you're getting in, and week 17 is going to be big for you, and you're taking one of those games that are going to put up a lot of points. Outside of that, I think it's okay to do. I'm not personally in on it though. Like a lot of people are taking Chase and Higgins, and if you don't get Burrow, it's not the end of the world, but I mean, when is it going to be a time where both of those guys go bananas both weeks or the same week, right? Like, I mean, you're really focusing on one of those guys getting multiple touchdowns. Hopefully,
the counterpoint would be, is it unique? And I think in some cases, like say Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, that's going to be pretty unique. Even Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle seems tricky to get. I don't see a ton of teams with that. So I guess like I would define it more around how unique is it. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs is less interesting to me, even though it's second, third, or second, fourth round, because I think it's going to be pretty common. Like there's that element too, but I agree with your stacking. Like you better be stacking week 17 then.
So Andrew got T Higgins and got Derrick Henry in the third round, first pick in the third round. To me, Derrick Henry is not a third round pick in fantasy
I will
football.
say every
especially
year
in half point PPR. Like what are we talking about?
We do this
people?
every year, and
he got hurt last year and he still put up insane.
Well, last
numbers.
year it was Josh Jacobs. It was Nick. Saquon was going late at some point. There's always these running backs where it's just like they're old, they're washed up, they're going to get hurt again. Jacobs at the end of the third round. Like, what is going on here? That's insane. The fact that you can, in a world where I've gotten Devontae Adams a little later in the second round, I have paired him with Josh Jacobs because that's a team where last year the rate 80% of the fantasy points were coming from those two guys. It felt like every week, and so. Maybe maybe the running back wide receiver is a bit of a different case for me, but when it's receiver especially, it's I'm with you. If it's not going to be unique, like the Burrow one, I think is going to be less unique this year, so I'm less interested.
I'm on the clock.
It's a lot harder to get the Brown Smith Hurts though as well. I mean, you really need Hurts to fall to the third round. That's the problem.
Sean.
What?
Oh, you're Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
Ooh, I like that.
I think I'm just gonna go like super RB. We'll see. But right now I got Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Garrett Wilson, and this is kind of mixing it up as far as the way I'm building my teams. I have plenty of zero RB again. Why Rashad Penny, Miles Sanders, Damian Pierce. I have so many shares of those guys, but I want to balance it out with some studs, some workhorses.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to fall into the area though where like when you're trying to load up on wide receivers, you're not going to like them as much as some of the running backs that are left in those zones.
That's true.
That seems to be the problem. I've done a couple of those teams where I go a lot, super RB heavy, but then when I try to get my wide receivers, it's ones that probably aren't going to be able to finish at wide receiver 1. There's still running backs on the board in those spots that could potentially finish as an RB1. So in my eyes, the value there should lend you to want to take more of a balanced approach, in the early parts of the draft.
So, and also we had a bit of a QB run here in the beginning of the third round. Lamar Jackson goes ahead of Jalen Hurts, insane. Then Josh Allen. So I'm not afraid to go high on quarterback. Kramer, you're on the second pick in the fourth round. You select.
Mike Williams. I took Keenan Allen and Mike Williams in the 3-4 spot. So essentially what I was just describing, 1 round depressed. And now I think I'm 100% going to stack it. I'm trying to stack it. I find myself more commonly stacking Eckler with one of the receivers here and less often just taking the 2 receivers here, which I'll be more than happy to do. I'll also be trying to take Quentin Johnston probably. And go with the 3 wide receiver stack.
Brian, I mentioned I was going to go running back heavy, and I do it by drafting Justin Fields, third pick in the 4th round. I didn't really love the receivers, not really adding to potential stacks here. and thought I'd roll the dice here with Justin Fields.
You know, at this point in the show is where we go, oh, you love this team. It's different. It's different. Doing something different. Sean, I mean, your team is, I've not seen you take Najee Harris or Garrett Wilson very often. I don't think we've done a single stream where I've gone wide receiver 4 straight times to start the draft. And yeah, I mean, like Andrew was saying, I feel like that you've only drafted from the 1 spot minimal times. I don't think I've heard you draft Derrick Henry yet on our streams. Yeah, so we're all getting weird.
Chad is
you know what they say, Sean, can't cancel pride. That's what we're doing.
No,
here.
it's
getting
Pride
weird.
Month. Andy in the YouTube chat saying take Justin Fields, Kramer, and then he says thank you, Sean. Easy in the YouTube chat saying Justin Fields is going to try and pass more this year and regress like a MFer.
That's actually a funny take. That's a really hilarious take.
No, I mean but I just don't see that being possible. Like I mean, I feel like
hater and
I feel like a lot of people had that same analysis on Jalen Hurts. I think he is going to try and pass more, but I still think he's going to run a ton. And if he tries to pass more and it's not successful, it's creating interceptions. In some ways, it creates more opportunities for him on the offensive side, a la a Jameis Winston 40 for 40 type year. So I don't necessarily agree with that. Now, I think if you say the Bears defense got a lot better, but still, I think he's going to run the ball. Like he's such a weapon in the way they run that offense. Like I just don't see them drastically changing it.
Well, Andrew is making a second pick. We are now done with 4 rounds, Sean.
4 rounds completed.
I'm the only team with 4 receivers, and team 3 has Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
Well, that's a dead team.
Yeah, it's dead. It's tough to do that, right? What Sean, you did a Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields team. Is that accurate? Off stream, of course, so off the record. But
maybe
you were dabbling.
Like my idea.
You were dabbling in your private life. I don't mean to call you out on the show publicly, but
no, what's wrong with that?
Jalen Hurts was not on the board to be clear.
No, because I would have drafted Jalen Hurts. He's a dog. Hey, let's talk Birddog shorts, Ryan.
Okay,
these Birddog shorts are freaking amazing.
Not in the read
since. Or feel
how
free
many
to go,
hours
Ryan.
straight? So obviously, sans sleeping.
Yeah,
I do that in the nude. The rest, I've been wearing Birddog shorts since Friday.
I was gonna say since we opened the box, they sent us 2 pairs of shorts, 1 pair of their joggers. Not a day has gone by where I have not been wearing these Birddogs. It just feels like your grundle area is just like floating on air. It is an amazing piece of technology. The built-in boxers, when you're taking a leak, it's so much cleaner and easier. Doing your laundry, you don't have to. There's 2 separate items. When you get out of the shower, you don't have to find boxers and shorts. The built-in liner, the anti-odor, the sweat wicking technology, cool as a baby's bottom. These things are just amazing, and you get the free Yeti style tumbler I got here. Love a good tumbler. Birddogs.com/pool. Birddogs.com/pool. I love these. I got a trip to Costa Rica coming up. Just bringing Birddogs.
Only Birddogs.
You don't need anything else. You can get a good 4 days.
I can be about that.
Do they hide the hard on that you have for them?
You're on the clock.
I know. I am on the clock. I'm gonna go Michael Pittman. Maybe load up here a little bit on this Indiana Colts offense. We'll see. I just like Pittman as a player.
Really appreciate the scumbag who took Justin Herbert, Tommy Two-Tone. That wasn't in the card. So let's go off the script a little bit. Been taking a lot of this guy. Don't have a running back yet. Big Dameon Pierce guy, big Houston Texans guy. You know that. And I think this could and I'll let it come back to me before I declare. There's obviously some snitches on the live on the air here.
What's your take on Alexander Madison? Has the value gone out of his ADP? Now he's up to 65.7 ADP. Are you still in on?
Yeah, I don't think the ADP is outrageous yet. I think if it creeps into the lower 50s, that's probably where I'm going to be more out on him, because I've already been drafting him. I mean, Bruni and I have talked about this multiple times on our show about grabbing some of these guys that we pretty much know are going to rise up when their situation changes. So I've already been drafting Alexander Madison, but his current ADP of 65 still fine to me. I mean, think about the Minnesota's offense versus Carolina's offense, right? Maybe Madison doesn't get as many touches as Sanders, but I mean, I think that the Minnesota Vikings are going to put up more points, right? He's going to have more valuable touches. So I'd rather take him than Sanders. Dobbins right now is falling off a little bit. I mean, he's demanding a new contract after he's done all but nothing recently. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out for them. So, I mean, yeah, the guys he's going around, I mean, it's just a much better value in my opinion.
So you talked me into Alexander Madison, just because I do have a ton of Miles Sanders. So pretty interesting team for me: Justin Fields, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Alexander Madison, Garrett Wilson, Michael Pittman. So I got a lot of options here for my second stack as well. I can wait around and slum it with Aaron Rodgers. I could roll the dice with Anthony Richardson, even Kenny Pickett.
You kind of have to do an Anthony Richardson team, right?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. We'll see
Pittman.
if he comes
you
back.
Drafted Pittman, right?
Yeah, and a Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, you got to do it then. Unless some dickhead like Tommy Two Tone decides he wants to ruin the draft.
What do you think about
what's with naked Herbert? You want to take a naked Justin Herbert? You don't even know how to play the game right.
What about Cole Kmet? Is he worth getting here? His touchdown percentage was such an outlier last year. Again, I was on Cole Kmet. I played him a bunch. I feel like he did pretty good for me with some.
You're saying Cole Kmet?
Cole Kmet. Yeah. Do you think he's going to be as good? I mean, because he had 7 touchdowns last year. The concern is that was an outlier.
When you said get him here, do you mean like with your next current pick or just in general picking up Cole?
No. I just meant using him as a stack.
I like that. He's clowning you right there.
Well, I was like, are you like you're gonna take him over Kittle, Pitts, and Goddard? Okay. Yeah. I mean, as far as stacking potential,
current
ADP. Yeah, he's an athletic tight end. I mean, I was all over him last year, which didn't really work out more than like 2 weeks. So that was my bad. But yeah, I mean, I still like him a lot. Now they did, bring over Big Bob Tunyon. So I don't know how he really fits into the offense. I mean, Cole Kmet's definitely more athletic. But I mean, the big point really for Chicago is how much are they going to throw, right? They were dead last year. Even if you give them 20% more throws last year, they still would have ranked 31st in the NFL. So, I mean, how much do you really think that they're going to pass over expectation? I mean, maybe 30% more. They're still going to be in the bottom 5, right? Yeah. That's the problem with me with the Bears. Let me take these 2 picks here.
Well, and Darnell Mooney, where you can get him, I think is
he's very cheap.
And again, I wouldn't be surprised. He has legit chemistry with Darnell Mooney, and it seems like Chase Claypool, by all accounts, is already on the way out. And I know DJ Moore is supposedly the guy, but I always like a guy like Darnell Mooney who actually has the. Has played more games.
Love
more,
bringing back a nice Ritter stack with Darnell Mooney. Just gonna sprinkle in the Week 17 schedule each show. So I'm going off the grid, and one of the things I thought I would do. So as you know, Sean, I'm participating in the Bare Knuckle Challenge while Tommy Two Tone, piece of crap, is drafting. I will be competing in the FFPC Bare Knuckle, which is basically no cheat sheets, no nothing. You just use the draft board. So what I'm gonna do while I'm out there, I'm bringing a notepad and a piece of paper, and I plan on listing out my top 300 players and see how well I can do.
Tommy Two Tone Ryan just drafted Darren Waller, so this guy must be personal.
He's in the chat. He's listening to the fucking show. What a reach. What are you doing?
Andy in the YouTube chat is telling me to ignore the haters that Cole Kmet's going to be top 3 in snap percentage.
It's going to do with Darren Waller, Dan Jones secret stack in this one.
I am worried about the Bears did sign Robert Tunyon, who I have a soft spot in my heart.
You do like that ass.
Just a hunky tight end with some long hair. I'm kind of a sucker for.
I'm catching on. I caught on early to your can't cancel pride joke material from the beginning of the show, so I'm just carrying it through. Robert Tunyon, no, of course you're going to bring up Bobby Tunyon.
I mean, I'm going to be drafting here in just a second.
What are you looking at?
If this guy falls to me, I'm going to be ecstatic.
Can I draft for you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, take George Pickens.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I love George Pickens. That was a steal that he fell to me. 100% in on him. And Dalvin Cook, man, it's still a wild card. That him to Miami doesn't seem quite like the done deal that some have made it out to be.
All right, so I am gonna do a little. So I'll stack David Montgomery with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
I'm short on running back, so I don't mind him there.
So here's what I was referring to earlier, Sean, when you were talking about going RB heavy, is like if you kind of look down the board, like within the next 20 to 30 ADPs, I mean, look at the running backs that are available and look at the wide receivers. This is where like you find yourself like, oh, you know what? I haven't taken a running back. I can take a lot of these guys because a lot of these guys are going to get a majority of the work. The wide receivers here, not so much. So again, it's not who's going to be best up top. It's your value. It's your total value of the entire team. I mean, when you look at it, like to me, that makes sense, right? Like from an outsider's point of view, maybe not, but for somebody who's doing it, day in and day out, like this is just how it falls all the time, is that these wide receivers are not as valuable.
I also think it depends on your opinion. I think the general consensus, I do think that there is a certain sector of the fantasy community that gets very excited about rookies. And like understanding,
don't insult Andrew. He's right.
Well,
here.
no, but like understanding, like okay, well, like how did zero RB do last year? What does that mean for what everyone is going to do this year? And like I do wonder how often you'll find teams like. Do you think like first 3 rounds? What do you think consensus is? Do you think most teams are taking 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers? Like, what do you think the average team, like the most popular build is through 3 rounds?
Either 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, or quarterback, or 3 wide receivers. Yeah. So I don't think that you're finding now. I mean, in that case, like Sean's going to be a little unique because he won a lot of running backs, right? So like his team's going to be unique. But I worry about the value of the wide receivers.
Oh, of course, but we've gotten to a point where you can theoretically be contrarian taking bell cow backs. And if it's not a 0 RB year, if we end up with if we end up with these guys hitting, like it's the same argument, right? It's a lot easier to hit at the top, but then other people are hitting with you. That being said, I do wonder how often some of these running back combinations, like I have a lot of Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry on the same team, for example. Like, is that going to be a popular combo? Is it not going to be a popular combo? That to me is the more interesting construct to think about than just pure build. I think everyone knows how you're supposed to build a team now. I guess that's my take. So you almost have to get a little different through like the combinations themselves.
Yeah, I mean the other part of that too is though you have to start 3 wide receivers. You only have to start 2 running backs.
No, yeah, completely agree. And actually, Sean, I will say I've been enjoying the FFPC format for the best ball because it lets you take more running backs. Yeah, they let us old guys take more running backs and not be hampered down.
So we're okay though with Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You should. Yeah. Go for it.
But then where do you cut off the stacking? Has stacking gone too far?
That's what I think we should discuss. 3 is probably the best.
Yeah, I mean, I like 3. I'll go 4 depending. There's only certain teams that you can do that on, right? Kansas City, Buffalo, Bengals, the Eagles. Like, there's only certain teams that you can really do that for. I'm gonna reach here for old Kirk Cousins just because it completes my.
Yeah, you like that?
You got to stack that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think 3 is probably the best. And again, like I read an article about advance rates last year and what stacks did, and a lot of times only having 1 or 2 stacks made it through more often than having 3, 4, or 5. Believe it or not.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the bigger takeaway is the game correlation is equally as week 17 game correlation.
Sorry, we're getting pretty deep. We gotta come up for some air here.
Week 17 game correlation is as important as stacking your quarterback.
Yeah, because everyone's thought. Kramer, also, can you roll down on the board?
Yeah.
The thought process between all this is that you have 400 and some odd teams in the final. With that, it's kind of like a DFS contest at that point. People want to take the stacks, have the correlation, because that's how you win DFS is stacking game stacks. So that's kind of why everyone is doing that. From what I've read, but people have definitely made interesting observations about week 15 and 16, because some of these teams play kind of tough games there. If you don't make it through to 17, then you're dead in the water, right? So some of these people are like, if I just make it through week 15, 16 and go to 17, maybe my team's a little unique because I don't have those big game stacks that, like last year was Buffalo and Cincinnati. Obviously, we know what happened to that game, but that's what everyone's thought process was. So this year it's the Bengals and the Chiefs. There's a couple other ones. Dallas and Detroit people are on pretty hard. So that's just the thought process of it. Is it's a DFS contest at that point. You want to try to maximize your game stacks.
Yeah, and I think we still play DFS that way now. Like it had the fact that everyone knows that hasn't changed the fact that you need, like, it's easier to win that way because you're reducing the amount of things.
I'm gonna roll the dice with Alvin Kamara. I don't have any shares.
Oh, nice.
There's a chance he doesn't get suspended.
I was really eyeing up Cortland Sutton there. He's a nice bring back for my Charger boys. Boy, I'm really in a pickle here. I don't have a quarterback. You know what's beautiful? Vanilla Vic naked.
Oh my God.
I don't have a
Andrew. What if Dan Jones gets injured and Kramer's 85 shares just are completely?
We don't need.
I don't want to put that out here.
We don't want to talk about
Kramer's only drafting Dan Jones so much now, so that during draft day 3, he doesn't have to pay so much when he drafts Dan Jones.
Well,
so now he's going to pivot draft day 3.
We do. There will be penalties for. Wow, Serial stole Roger. There will be penalties every time I take Mr. Dan Jones. Looking at the way my team's building, I'm gonna grab another Vegas receiver to pair with Devontae Adams. I've been liking the cheapness at which you can pair Adams with Myers here. I don't know. I mean, what's your take on drafting a quarterback out there? You drafting Jimmy G, or you just letting that be?
I'm not doing anything right now until that kind of gets cleared up. Because I mean, if you take Jimmy G and what happens if the foot injury thing is a real thing and then they don't take him and he doesn't end up playing? I mean, you burned yourself right now with that caveat of you're going to take him with one of the last picks. A lot of those picks get burned anyway. So what's the big deal? So I understand that, but I'm not going to touch it until I see some sort of clarification.
I was debating between Damian Harris and Rashad Penny. Rolled the dice here with Damian Harris.
Oh, you did something different, Sean.
No,
that's because you looked at your exposure.
Penny,
So let me ask you, because you got Brian Robinson sitting there, and take my bias aside, right? He's the only that I can see actually starting running back left. Why not take the starting running back?
Because Kareem Hunt's going to be there soon.
That is a possibility, yes. And I sneakily started stacking him with Sam Howell.
Oh, me too. Me
That's
too,
a nice
baby.
little check down.
I have a Dotson, McLaurin. I have Dotson, McLaurin, Hunt, and Logan Thomas all stacked with Sam Howell.
Nice. Logan Thomas. He's going to rise up the board too if they keep pumping him up as they're doing.
They called him Travis Kelce. They said he's in the Travis Kelce role in the offense. It's like,
I don't mind Brian Robinson. I guess I just think there's a world where Damian Harris randomly has like 18 rushing touchdowns because the Bills maybe do dial back.
Yeah.
Again, it's not a huge chance. And when the Damian Harris most rushing touchdowns market is available, I'm definitely going to put a small sprinkle on that because there's certainly a world where they want to give Josh a little less goal line carries, Cook maybe not the goal line back in this high-powered Bills offense, high-powered regular season. It just gets it going and they score a bunch of touchdowns. So
nice.
Who has the better odds to lead the league in rushing touchdowns, Damian Harris or David Montgomery?
That's interesting. That's a good one.
I mean, Montgomery's he's gonna fill into the Jamal Williams role now with the Lions. So
yeah, no, I bet you odds makers have David Montgomery as a higher favorite than Damian Harris, if I had to guess. Kramer, what would you say? I mean, Damian Harris to me feels like a pretty long shot, but
I mean, I think Damian Harris is like Damian Harris has the potential to be a guy that like flips position with Jared Cook or with Cook by training camp or by the end of training camp. Like we could find out very clearly. Well, they're gonna like Damian Harris is more trusted in pass protection and he's the goal line back. I don't know. I think there's some real coin flips that the gap between where the two are being drafted is being crazy. Is pretty crazy. That's
Andrew took Jerick McKinnon, Sky Moore loading up on that Chiefs offense, huh?
Yeah, I mean, plus I have Burrow and Higgins. So again, week 17 stacking correlation.
Just going for it.
Going for it.
Kramer, how many of the week 17 matchups do you know?
I mean, I would probably I'd feel comfortable saying I could probably I mean, especially the ones with guys I've been drafting a lot, definitely. So don't even bother asking me about the Texans or the Giants. I could probably name them all.
Tommy Two-Tone, unique draft build so far. Already has 3 tight ends.
No, he's a real piece of shit. This
Darren
guy.
Waller, Evan Ingram, and Pat Fryermuth. Interesting.
He's playing this game all wrong.
He does have AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Christian Watson. His running backs are only Josh Jacobs and Samaje Perine.
I'm only going.
This guy's all over the map.
He's all over the place.
So it's certainly a unique build, Ryan.
Very unique.
That's how you shit on someone's team.
What do you know? That's how we were complimenting. Different. Oh, different's good. Unique is bad. That's right.
Russell Wilson just drafted. Kramer shared a hilarious video of Russell Wilson.
Please tell me you saw that.
Yeah, it's great.
Andrew.
Yes, 100%.
All right, so
bring it up for the YouTube videos. I feel or the YouTube viewers. I feel like the audio is pretty good.
Yeah, hold on. Let me let's get through our picks first. All right.
Did you see where they put the video of? Did you guys ever see Heavyweights with Ben Stiller? He runs the Fat Camp back in the day.
No, I never saw it.
He's doing the same thing Russell Wilson's doing, where he's sliding, and they put the 2 videos side by side. It's pretty funny.
Nice. I just took Darnell Mooney, obviously stack here from my boy Jay Fields.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, don't need to explain it more than that.
No, cereal. What the fuck, dude?
Kramer took Nico Collins, lost out on Jared Goff.
Reaching on Jared Goff? Well, now I know exactly what to do. I'm just gonna have some strange quarterbacks on my team.
Dalton Schultz goes.
Kramer Cereal knows the guys I love too. It's just disgusting.
Back on the clock, Kramer.
All right. Yeah, I mean, again, I now have receivers 1 and 2 on the Raiders and the Cardinals and the Chargers. So just quietly accumulating.
Andrew, Kendre Miller, Jamal Williams. What are we doing here?
Of course he's going to say.
Man, that's tough. I would say overall, Jamal's probably going to have the better workload, but Kendre Miller, I do like. He's going to fill into the Alvin Kamara role, so he's going to catch passes. I feel like. I don't know. I like them both, as you see. So does a lot of people. They're going right beside each other. But touchdown upside again. I talked about this. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take Jamal Williams there.
Right before I drafted, I remembered I already had Alvin Kamara, so I pivoted and took Cole Kmet. But yeah, Kendre Miller, Jamal Williams. It's interesting. It's a classic rookie upside versus like aging vet who maybe has a good year left.
Yep. Yeah. Oh
shit!
Oh my God, Ryan! What happened? Sorry. What do you got going on over on your screen?
That's Russ. You obviously didn't listen to the. Fucking. Hold on. Let me see how I can do this without being all over the place. All right, whatever. This is just gonna have to do. Welcome to the Russ. Actually, we'll do this.
Jake Paquin, merch God, saying disappointing to hear Sean's ever seen heavyweights. I'll have to check it out. I don't know why. I just missed it.
I'm playing the.
This does not look like Russell Wilson.
Really?
It's the angle or something.
He's swinging an axe.
The slide thing's great.
The music is excellent. I mean, he's holding a football the whole time for the podcast audience. And the work highlights his grip strength. I told that bitch she's probably right. He's I mean, I like shout out to Russ for grinding so hard in front of the camera. But I mean, did he grind harder in that workout? All right, here's the question: did he put in more acting effort for Subway or for the workout video?
Oh yeah, Jesus. I forgot what his like Danger Witch sandwich. It's dangerously good.
Imagine that. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Tyler Algier, Kramer, you still high on him?
You know it. I've listened to 2 interviews with Arthur Smith where he refers to Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier as if they almost play a different position. I am starting to buy in on the idea that Bijan Robinson could catch a lot of fucking passes though. I hope it's not because Cordero Patterson is sitting on the bench, but it might be. I don't know. What do you have a ton of Bijan?
I don't. I mean, I've drafted him a few times, but it's so hard for me to want to draft him with the unknown of like what he's really going to do in the NFL. And you're drafting him as like the second or third running back off the board. It's so hard to do. But there was an article I read that a lot of these rookie running backs that are highly coveted, like, and I know we hate Zeke, but back in the day when Zeke was a rookie, he finished as like RB2 or 3 that year. There's just multiple instances where this has happened, and they actually have paid off at their ADP. So I'm not going to hate on anyone and taking Bijan. It's just so hard for me. I'd rather just take some wide receivers there and be done with it. But I mean, Bijan, he's awesome, right? I mean, there's a reason people want to draft him so high, and we know that the Falcons are going to want to run the shit out of the ball. So we'll see. But I mean, it's just so hard for me to believe that. I think you're drafting him at a ceiling, right? Like he needs to be who we think he can be to pay off that ADP.
No, yeah, that's the trouble. You're draft like you said, you're drafting him at the top. So
yeah.
So what are you thinking, Sean? What are you
scroll?
You're over there.
A queue.
You're noodling. You're building a queue. I have Dan Jones. I have 3 other quarterbacks in my queue. I don't know if it's time to pull the trigger yet, but it may be soon.
So you're getting a third quarterback?
No, I only have 1 right now. I said I have 3 more in my queue. I have not decided on the.
All right,
strategy.
let's see if we can guess his queue.
No.
Kenny Pickett,
Tommy Two Tone's on the clock.
Kenny Pickett and CJ Stroud and Kyler Murray.
Kenny Pickett is not in the queue.
No, you're lying.
Sean, are you taking another quarterback?
No way.
Are you?
Okay,
wait,
I don't know. I feel like it's interesting for you to take Kenny Pickett actually.
Andrew, are you in or out on Kyler Murray?
Because I have Najee and Pickens.
Correct. I am out because I know a lot of people are saying he's going to come back, but that injury was late in the year. I'm not sure one that he's even in on football anymore, and 2 that injury is going to be fine for him to play through. So I could see him honestly, because again, I think the Cardinals are going to really suck. I could see him potentially playing a few games and then them realizing that why are they having their quote unquote franchise quarterback out there to get hurt in a meaningless season. So really, I think that they could shut him down too.
Shit. All right, let me bring back for my naked vanilla Vic.
I just feel like I don't know, 3 quarterbacks. How optimal is 3 quarterbacks? I feel like
you're fine with 3.
It's fine. I mean, how many tight ends do you have now? One. I mean, so in my rule of thumb is normally if I take 3 quarterbacks, I want 2 tight ends, or vice versa, 2 quarterbacks, usually 3 tight ends, because I'm taking them later at that point. So yeah, I mean, you would probably have to sacrifice a 3rd tight end if you were trying to go that route, but I don't know, just for the stacking potential, it's interesting. Again, we also don't know what's up with Anthony Richardson. So I think for your build, taking Pickett makes sense. I think Fields is fine, where the unknown of Richardson is what kind of scares me away from only wanting to take 2 on your team. Plus, I mean, I actually think Kenny Pickett can have a good season. Much better than last year.
You talked me into
many more
Pickett.
touchdowns.
I was
just drafting for you. There goes one of my quarterbacks.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray's out of the queue. I think I'm safe. I don't think the other.
Sell me on Murray. You were going to take him. What, like what makes you want to take him?
I like shitty, cheap stacks, and you can go Kyler with a running back, a receiver, a tight end. You can go any combination you want. I mean, the most expensive asset on that team is Hollywood Brown in the 6th round, and so
Connors goes around that.
Same around the same time.
Yeah, he goes roughly around that same part.
My preference is you just go two receivers and a tight end. And I also like one of the receivers being Michael Wilson, who's the only receiver who's over 6 foot. And fun fact, did you guys see the news about Kyler having a growth spurt and he's now 6 foot 6'1"? So either they're pushing a false they're either pushing a false narrative that he's taller than he really is, or he grew. Do you remember when Paul George was it Paul George who grew a bunch once, like when he was like 21 in the NBA? So this will be crazy if Kyler Murray comes out and he's taller. Did he go to Cuba to get the leg lengthening surgery or wherever that is?
I heard people were like intentionally breaking their legs so that they could regrow.
They give themselves like metal prosthetics.
That's insane.
Very insane.
Is Tommy Two-Tone really in here? Because he just took Jerome Ford like an ass cock.
He is in here being a dick.
Damn you.
I mean, I can appreciate how it's making the content better, but I also don't appreciate how you're ruining my team. Sean, I am not
saying Sam Howell in the queue, Kramer.
No, actually not. I have listen to this build so far. 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 3 running backs, 9 receivers.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my god. Planning on getting to 10 receivers.
Curtis Samuel.
God dang, Kramer. 10 receivers after you started off 4 or 5 in a row?
Yep.
That is that's a lot.
Suboptimal.
Oh wow.
Curtis Samuel.
Tell you something about suboptimal.
Break down Curtis Samuel for the folks, Andrew.
So really, I think the biggest thing here, and I'm going to take my 2 picks real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to take Sam Laporta, and also I'm just take all my tight ends right now and take Dawson Knox.
Really, rookie tight end?
Come on, he's part of my 3 build. Stop it. So for Curtis Samuel, I actually like Curtis Samuel a lot. But the problem for me is I think it's one of him or Antonio Gibson take a fall because I think they can play the same sort of role in the offense. So it's unknown of. I can't wait for training camp because that's one battle I'll be looking at is who's getting used more in the offense between those two. Especially if they add Kareem Hunt, then it's going to be like a 3-headed monster for the role of potential pass catcher / running back. Curtis Samuel can also run the ball, and they have given him the ability to do that and the opportunity to do that. So I think Curtis Samuel's a fine bet if you're going to stack him with Howe. I really haven't been drafting him by himself if I don't have a Washington stack already, just because I do fear that Antonio Gibson kind of eats into what Curtis Samuel can do for this offense.
Great answer.
Yeah, I mean, and Kareem Hunt.
And Kareem Hunt, yes. I'm actually, as a fan, I want that to happen. I mean, he was with EB before, right? I mean, there's a reason that he would want to come over here. But as a fantasy guy, I don't want that to happen because then all of them lose value. I don't know which one. I guess Brian Robinson still holds the most value as the starting running back, but Kareem Hunt, I mean, he could definitely take that starting running back role over, especially in an offense that he already would know. So I as a fantasy guy, I don't want him to go there. But as a fan, it'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. He certainly makes you better.
Yes.
Oh, I love this squad. Love it.
Josh Downs.
Josh Downs.
Have you heard of him?
Oh yeah.
Is he worth drafting?
Well, he's a rookie, so Andrew probably thinks he is. I'm guessing. He's also.
I don't mind Josh Downs, but I kind of like Alec Pierce better in that offense.
He's also great. He's a great bring back for your Jimmy G stacks.
No, he's on the Colts.
Square.
What
Colts are week 17.
Oh, for your Jimmy G. Okay.
Come on, Andrew. What are we doing over here?
I
mean, what is this? Is this hour 20 in draft night? Draft day.
Josh Down. I'll probably draft.
Someone isolate the moment where I call Sean a square. All right, 3.
Juwan Johnson going to Tommy Two-Tone, getting that 4 tight end.
Tommy Two-Tone,
this guy's a maniac.
Can go and get his fucking shine box. Can you hit that, please, son?
It's a throwback.
Oh, I see an eagle. I spy an eagle.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
I was gonna take Taysom Hill, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I have Taysom Hill in mind.
Tommy Two-Tone has 4 wide receivers, and we're in round 50. Like, what is happening?
He's doing.
He knows
wrong.
we have to start 3, right?
Is 7 running backs suboptimal, right?
He's doing it wrong.
That's too many. That is too many. Yes.
7? No.
Chase Claypool.
Get 2 more.
Do we believe the hype is fake? Chase Claypool.
Hell no. Isaiah Hodgins is the best pick there. I know Kramer doesn't believe that, but I have faith in Hodgins. All right.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good pick. If Kramer, if you can find me a bet on where I can have Isaiah Hodgins to lead all of the pass catchers outside of Darren Waller in touchdowns on the Giants, I'll take that.
Touchdowns is an interesting one. I could. You see, you're saying basically leading the wide receiver room in pass catching touchdowns.
Yep.
Serial swiped up Chase Claypool. He doesn't believe in the negativity.
Oh wow, I would. I would absolutely believe in that negativity.
Man, imagine what the Bears could have did with that pick.
Kramer with a steal.
All right,
16th round.
I picked up CJ Stroud to stack with Nico Collins and Damian Pierce. Don't have a bring back.
Have you taken any Tank Dell yet? Nathaniel Dell.
I've taken a lot of Tank Dell.
Yes.
What I usually do here, the Houston receiver probably going to be the 4th guy, but it's either I love having Pierce and one of Nico or Schultz to go with either Robert Woods, Mechie, or Tank Dell. Robert Woods is being slept on, and he is going to be the starter. He has talked about how he wasn't himself last year. I'm very Think about Robert Woods and his blocking ability in that kind of offense where blocking is key. Think about San Francisco. To me, like Tank Dell's fun because he has that rookie story with CJ Stroud, but I wonder if Robert Woods is the guy we should be. And anyway you slice it, I actually have one where I did Robert Woods, Tank Dell, and Mechie with CJ Stroud, nothing else. I have a lot of CJ Stroud. He might be my number 2 quarterback in terms of ownership. I love where you can get him. And San Francisco's a quarterback friendly offense. That's what they're running in Houston. I mean, think about this. We're talking about Sam Darnold having a successful season because he's now in a simple offense. I as much as I wasn't high on CJ Stroud, the prospect, I think he landed in the best scenario. So I'm all in.
I just took Jelani Woods. So Jelani Woods and Cole Kmet stacking with
that's very
2 out of 3 of my quarterbacks.
That's an excellent pick right there. Thanks. And I should mention I took Kenny Gainwell as well to stack with my Arizona Cardinals.
Great pick.
Because from what I can tell, I'm reading between the tea leaves, and Sean, he's a big fan of the tabloids when they're about other teams. It sounds like the Swift honeymoons are there already some issues with Swift's work ethic in the locker room? No, care to comment? Okay.
No, where are you getting that?
The tabloids.
When I send you stuff, it's at least like I send you a link.
Yeah. Well, I don't need to send you a link. The tabloids.
It's at least someone reporting it.
Will Rashad Penny and Swift make this team?
Scroll down. Yes, I would say barring injury. Why would they? There's a world where maybe they cut Rashad Penny.
Trey Sermon. They need to make room for Trey Sermon.
I would be shocked if Trey Sermon made the team over Rashad Penny. But again, anything's possible. Andrew closing it out with a couple running backs here. What do you got?
We still got one more round after this.
Oh yeah, 16 and 17.
Oh, nice pick with Gus Edwards. Great pick.
Thank you.
To your earlier point about J.K. Dobbins holding out, it's like he sees Josh Jacobs and Barkley not signing their tag, and he's like, yeah, running backs are not valued. And then he sees Jonathan Taylor coming out and saying it's unfortunate that running backs aren't valued. He's like, yeah, like,
yeah, guys, we're on the same boat here.
He's like, you're most famous for getting in an argument and making me look like an asshole with Ian Rappaport. All right, buddy. J.K. Dobbins, you're on some thin fucking ice.
Yeah, he's not in the same class as him, right? Like he hasn't really shown it. I mean, he showed it, but like last year he didn't, and we all thought he would. And anyway, so I mean, he could. What are the odds of him sitting out?
I mean, that may be high. He's kind of been an enigma. He might be a little crazy. I know they love Gus Edwards for a reason. I don't know why you'd keep J.K. Dobbins around. He's
Kramer,
not.
Who's your second quarterback?
C.J. Stroud.
Oh, okay.
Hey, come on. I got a DJ and a CJ.
Bateman because he talked me into this guy a while back, but Keaton Mitchell, third guy for the Ravens, very interesting. I have drafted him a couple times as my last pick in these drafts. J.K. Dobbins holds out or isn't ready. It's him and Gus, so it's an interesting pick to say the least, especially if you have some sort of Baltimore stack.
Don't hate the angle. Do not hate the angle. Do I have a Viking? I don't have a Viking.
Ryan,
can we,
you know who I just drafted? Allen Robinson.
Wow. You've been talking to Bowser.
Yeah,
huh?
Running Bowser, Steelers insider. He's very super high on Allen Robinson having a great year. Allen Robinson on how he plans to build a special bond with Kenny Pickett. I mean, the fact that I have Kenny Pickett, why not take a shot on him at the very end?
I do like him as that third player from the Steelers. I think the idea of taking one of Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, and then pairing that with a Freiermuth, a Najee Harris, even a Jalen Warren.
Ryan, this might be the team that wins me the million. Matt Collins in the 18th round.
Do you have Desmond Ridder?
Do I have Desmond Ridder?
You did it wrong. You did it wrong. Matt Collins only goes with Desmond Ridder.
No, he's a week 17 bringback for the Bears. Come on, Ryan. I thought you were an expert.
I understand that we were talking about Darnell Mooney earlier. I like how you furiously brought up the schedule to make sure you had it right. But Matt Collins pairs better with Ridder than as a bringback, in my opinion.
Oh, Matt Collins has some crazy breakout games as you saw with the Raiders. So I'm fine taking Matt Collins as my last pick naked, not even in a stack situation.
Nice. Well,
my final lineup. Here we go.
Final. What do you mean?
No, I'm done drafting.
Oh, okay.
Justin Fields, Anthony Richardson, Kenny Pickett. Running backs: Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Alexander Madison, Alvin Kamara, Damian Harris, Tyler Algier. Very fun team. Receivers, again, receivers are the weak spot here, but it's half point PPR. Garrett Wilson, Michael Pittman, George Pickens, Darnell Mooney, Isaiah Hodgins, Allen Robinson, Matt Collins on the bring back. Tight ends: Cole Kmet, Jelani Woods. A+.
Nice job, Sean.
Thank you.
All right, I got Dan Jones, CJ. But by the way, naked Dan Jones, CJ Stroud, and Jimmy G to go with Damian Pierce, David Montgomery, Rashad White, Kenny Gainwell, fragile. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Hollywood Brown, Jacoby Myers, Nico Collins, Rondell Moore, Van Jefferson. Bring back to that naked Vanilla Vic, and then 2 tight ends: Gerald Everett, Michael Mayer. A little fragile there as well. Screw Tommy Two-Tone for taking Justin Herbert from me.
Easy saying the under 2.5 Eagles cashes at +100. What an outcome!
Fix.
But of course, the guys who laid the chalk on the Dan Jones pick got to the window, no problem.
I bet on myself like a true fighter. True.
No Cowboys at -4,000. Also a
Nice.
lead pipe lock there. Andrew, what team? Announce your team. Although you have the final pick of the draft.
Well, and real quick, and not that you need a giant, but I do think that I'm almost willing to go out on a limb and say Isaiah Hodgins finishes 3rd in fantasy points behind Slayton and Paris Campbell at this point in the offseason.
Interesting. Okay. Definitely not taking Paris Campbell, but I appreciate that.
Okay. Paris Campbell's this year's he's this year's Richie James. You remember how electric he was last year.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go Terrence Marshall here. He's the only guy on the board I think can potentially be the number 1 guy on his team.
Fair.
All right. I will read off my team here. Quarterbacks: Joe Burrow and Kirk Cousins. Running backs: Derrick Henry, AJ Dillon, Jerick McKinnon, Roshan Johnson, Chase Brown, and Gus Edwards. Wide receivers: Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Kadarius Toney, Jordan Addison, Sky Moore, and Terrence Marshall. Tight ends: Irv Smith, Sam Laporta, and Dawson Knox.
Yeah. I like that though. I like the team. Good job.
I love Andrew's commitment to Dawson Knox. I like it. Nice value
the
play.
value. I mean, right? Like,
yeah.
Until the team tells us that Kincaid's the starter.
Yeah. If I had to choose between 2, maybe I go Dalton Kincaid. But the difference in ADP is insane.
Can you? Yes. Are you getting any delightment? Is that a word? Out of the fact that the Bills seem to be melting down. Can we talk about? We'll talk next show. We'll talk about how awesome Brian Daboll is.
He was the glue that kept that team together.
Clearly, my hot take angle seems to be more and more accurate every day.
Hey, thank you everyone as always for tuning into the Sports Gambling Podcast. Toss us a nice rating review over on Apple Podcasts. Always appreciate it. Check out the merch store. We got Andrew Robb rocking a sweet SGP hat. Tons of great gear over there. Like I said, just got some. The mini helmets are badass. There's plenty of good stuff over there. Make sure you check out Andrew on Twitter at ARAUB ARAUB23 on Twitter. And subscribe to the SGPN fantasy football feed. Doing a ton of drafts over there, ton of great off-season content, getting you ready for the 2023 fantasy football season.
Sean,
yes,
just real quick update. It's 72.6% now.
Of what?
Dan Jones ownership.
So you're gonna have to have some drafts where you don't, Ryan. You realize how to lower that number, you're gonna have to get less Dan Jones.
Again, where there will be penalties imposed if I draft Dan. A penalty will be some sort of charitable donation, but I will be on the hot seat if I draft too much Dan Jones.
Yes, draft day coming soon as well in August. 24 hours of live best ball drafts and our top 10 fantasy list, Ryan. That's going to be dropping very soon as well, and some college football futures from us. So much to get to.
Some
subscribe,
people
turn on the auto downloads.
Some people take vacations in the midsummer. We break down fantasy football and college football.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Good job, everyone.
Kramer, let it ride. Dong, dong, dong. Terrific snatch. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate you as always.